everyone, and welcome to the Dyer's Cast. I am Russell-san, and with me I have...
Fishman.
When last we left off, Aquans and Jonas had fulfilled what they had planned to do in Vyrn's run. They had taken down the Lady Fortuna, head of the wild magic court of the Court of the Seven, and the false goddess who was serving as tyrant in Vyrn's run. It was a difficult fight. We literally threw everything we had at her. Literally.
Including your +2 dagger.
Yeah. So we're both beat up. We're both spell spent as well, for the most part. And we were leaving after throwing her body on the pyre to ensure that it burned, and you collected your emblem.
Yep.
After dispatching her troops and all her summoned creatures and rejecting her shard of divinity, which detonated as a result of it.
Yep.
So I believe we were heading towards the river.
Yep.
So before I turn it over to you, one thing you do notice is that there's now a glow coming from your ring, which is not something that it normally does when you do not activate it.
So, does it feel hot? It's been used too much.
No.
No.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, rolling well when it doesn't matter. 17.
All right. Well, if you look down at the now double-banded image of a shield on your ring, which is meant to resemble the protective magic, that sigil there. But now on the inside of between the two bands that form the outer expert of the shield, you see runes appearing along the inside that are glowing. We've seen this sort of thing once before with an awakened item.
Yes, I seem to recall that your book did the same thing.
Yes. It would seem that when the ring protected you from Fortuna's magic, or possibly her shard of divinity, the wheel, that it seems to have triggered the ring's evolution.
Excellent.
You will have to identify it to find out what it does, but we'll leave that for you.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, so much record keeping to do.
Yeah. So, I handled the last session because it was a big boss fight, but I'm going to be turning it over to you now.
I get to do all the drudgery.
Hey, that boss fight was tense at times.
Yeah. You got knocked down. I got knocked down to 17 hit points.
Yeah.
And we threw literally every. I think I had one spell slot left.
Yes. I'm tapped. I have cantrips.
And we burned through tons of potions and scrolls. Finally used our gems of recovery when we got
Yes.
those elementals.
And we also used all our summoning crystals we had left, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just before we leave, I make sure to reclaim my dagger.
Yeah, I think we already said that last session, but
I could not remember if we did. I just wanted to make sure.
yeah. All right. We are going to limp to the coast, the river.
Yeah.
We're going to set up our first hut and night's rest at the bottom of the river where nobody's going to find us.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this is going to be.
I would like you, as we limp towards the river, roll a perception check, please.
That's another good roll for perception. 25.
Okay. This battle was long.
It was well over a minute.
Sorry. From a active player point of view, it was a long battle, but it was over
Yes.
in a minute. And the lead up to it was probably about another minute and a bit. So in a couple of minutes.
It seemed longer. Like it was almost like just shy of 4 hours.
Yeah, that's exactly how long it took. But in that short period of span, like a ton of power got thrown around.
Yep.
And that is the kind of thing that, well, it makes most people stick their heads under their pillows and wait for it to all go away.
Yes, and wait for the world to end or not.
Yeah. So as we're hobbling towards the
The river.
we are still disguised. Oh, wait a minute. Has our disguises worn off?
They would no, they would not have worn off.
No. We're still disguised as Zorik and and wannabe Nazgul.
Yep.
Um, we don't see anyone on the street. No one's that stupid.
Yeah.
But we do hear the sound of should be like shutters opening, doors creaking a little bit.
The people are looking out to see what's going on.
Well, all the noise has stopped. Literally, it is now perfectly quiet.
Yes.
And their curiosity is gradually getting the better of them as we head towards the harbor. We don't see anybody, but we do hear those sorts of things because technically, whether or not they believed it, Fortuna was portraying herself as a goddess,
Yeah.
and we just smoked her bum. So, what do you think of that when you are Joe Peasant?
I do not know.
Well, yeah, you're not going to obviously go and ask questions and stick your nose where it doesn't belong. You're going to hopefully live out the day
Hmm.
and not have anything to do with any of this. So, one more perception check, please.
Now that one's a natural one.
Ah!
I am tired.
All right. We stagger into the water, and as we sink below, oh, I tell you that we are being watched.
Okay.
And then we're under the water.
Okay. So we're being observed. Do you want to relocate?
We're we're just too tired. I think we just go down to the bottom of the river
Mhm.
and set up the camouflaged hut
Yeah.
and get a rest, and then maybe we can send a familiar out if we like. But there's
Neither of our familiars are really suited for underwater.
no. I think Alice would probably be really upset with you
Yeah.
if you had her swim ashore.
I don't think your raven would be too thrilled either.
Yes, that's one thing I plan on changing soon. Tell me, I can tell you that. All right, so we
Yeah,
did.
the raven was a massive downgrade from the owl.
Oh, it was so annoying. There are some things you can do with a raven, but
Mimicry, apparently.
yeah, that ain't doesn't matter. So we go down to the bottom of the river. I cast,
Your
or
hut.
ritual cast, I should say,
Yeah.
the camouflaged hut. We basically just collapse.
Yeah.
Um, I would like you to roll a constitution check, please, to see if either of us are in any kind of shape to form any kind of watch.
Straight constitution, I have a 12.
Mine's a 23.
Okay.
I say to you, I'll take first watch.
Yes.
This is not the time to slack off.
I mean, yeah. I was knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm feeling quite hearty at the moment. I drank a few potions.
Yeah, you got like 4 times the amount of hit points I have.
Yeah.
Okay. I watch, you sleep,
Yep.
just because we need to motor through a bunch of this.
Yes.
Night goes by.
Okay. So I get
We,
two portents.
you get new portents. I get a few more hit points. And there's a number of things that need to be done. First off, because I am very curious about this,
We also get some hit points back. Don't
I'm
forget that part.
I'm going to ritual cast identify,
Yep.
see what my new ring does.
Yes.
So, oh, also I'm going to prepare a couple of different spells because a few of
Yeah,
those.
I'm going to change my spells around. I think we need to keep this guy's self, unfortunately, for the moment.
Yep. And also I need to prepare sending.
Okay.
All right, I cast the spell.
Yes.
What does it do? Or what does it?
Oh, you want me to say how it's changed?
Well, yeah, you're the one who has come up with this, so
All right. Well, it's moved on to its waking stage now, so it's no longer dormant. It's waking potential now.
yep,
The number of charges your ring has is increased for when it uses to cast shield as a reaction. It's gone up from 3 to 5.
yep.
And additionally, now it has an ability that triggers when you do so. It's basically a modified version of the arcane ward ability for the abjuration school. So whenever you use the ring to cast the shield spell, you are infused with some of that protective energy, which now gives you some temporary hit points equal to your level. So at the moment, that's 10.
At the moment, that's absolutely wonderful because I took a beating, I tell you.
Yeah. So those temporary hit points last until they go away, until you finish a short or long rest, or until you use the ring again, in which case it'll reset.
Sounds very familiar to the abjuration school. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, the number of charges your ring gets back has gone up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing I need to do
Mhm.
is cast sending. I'm going to cast sending. My target is Malzra in Lyria.
Okay.
I want to let him know that we have dealt with the Court of the Seven in Vyrn's Run. You can tell
In
those
under a week.
bureaucrats that they can sit on their butt for the rest of the year if they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even take us a week to do this.
No. I also let them know that the teleportation runes were destroyed by a vampire.
Yeah.
Does he have
Well,
any response?
well, I'm sure you can get that all in under 25 words or less.
All right, just cast a couple of times.
Yeah.
I have no other third level spell slots I want to use anyway.
Yeah. Uh, I'm sure he would give us his congratulations. He might be a little surprised that we managed this on our own, or maybe not. And he probably would say that it was probably going to take quite some time for Lyria to come to a decision anyway. So,
No rush anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, I let them know that we're planning on heading to the northwest to go visit the elves.
All right. So, yes. So, once we do that and we have breakfast, and we should mark off our day's worth of food.
Yes, we actually do need to start seriously keeping track of that because
Yes, because
Vyrn's Run is in no shape to supply us with more food at the moment, or if they do, it's going to be really
probably not.
expensive.
Yeah.
And
No. Well, I still have 36 days worth of food left.
how long have you been here in Vyrn's Run? Not even a week?
Not even a week. I think it was about 5 days. I think this might be day 5.
Yeah, so just mark off 5 days worth of food.
I've been keeping track of it every session.
All right.
All
The
right.
other thing I need to do, because it's really bothering me,
Mhm.
is I need to cast Find Familiar and change my familiar back into the form I like, which is the owl.
All right. So, I assume we have time to do that.
There
This
we
hut
go.
isn't going to last forever, though.
Hmm?
The hut won't last forever. We might have to go ashore at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to recast it, or we need to relocate.
Yeah. We cannot do all these ritual spells underwater. A lot
Yeah.
of the materials we need for those do not work under down here.
And I don't think an owl will be terribly pleased with his first, you know,
No,
glimpse of our plane of existence of covered in water.
and then it drowns.
All right. I guess then that means I need to burn another third level spell slot which is to make us both invisible.
Ah, so we're going to be invisible.
Well, to whatevers. I mean, whether it's
Yeah.
disguise ourselves as merchants or woodsmen or whatever, swimming out of the river
Yes,
may draw attention.
it might. Realistically, we do not have much more to do in Vyrn's Run, really.
No, I did have a plan, and that was for us to leave Vyrn's Run and set up a temporary residence up here
All right.
in the wizard's lair, or whatever.
Yeah. Where we found the circle and the first coffin.
Yeah, that way we're out of the way. We
Yes.
can go to Vern's Run if we want to.
And we don't have to keep worrying about people spotting us going into this river.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
Do you
right.
want to go through the town or do you just want to avoid it?
We're gonna be invisible. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I want to see what's going on. It's been a day. Uh, People can't stay with their, selves buried under their blankets and in closets for too long. They have to, feed themselves. I am very curious to see what is going on. Oh, the other thing we have to keep in mind is the two guards that were down by the trap door.
Yes, we did not deal with them.
One is a part of the original occupying force,
Yes.
and there is a revenant.
That is, well, it's not been 24 hours yet.
No, but sometime today,
It's going to come back and try and deal with its sole remaining
yeah,
target.
and it's not going to have any difficulty at all.
No, it might just need to track it down. I don't think there are any corpses left within Vern's Run for it to possess.
We burned an awful lot of them. Oh, sorry, they set up a fire and burned a whole pile of them.
And then we set off that necklace of nuclear fireballs.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Anything that was scorched by that is going to be ash.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I still would like to walk through town just to see what's going on.
Yeah. And then we need to decide what we're doing.
Yeah. Well,
We're not quite at full health yet, so I imagine we're going to be spending some time here.
yeah, we're going to spend a bit of time here.
Yeah.
All right. I would like you to roll two rolls for me. First, stealth at advantage. Whoa, that's terrible.
17
And then perception.
with advantage? Or that was correct. 23.
Okay. We are still a little wet,
Mhm.
obviously, because we came out of the water.
Yes.
Even though we're invisible, uh, we have been noticed by. All right, first off, I'll paint you a picture first. Hold on a second.
Okay.
As we come out of the water and we head this way, we are leaving a trail of water.
Yes.
We are wet. And a couple people have noticed there is one particular individual, a young boy, basically. Well, not actually that much younger than us. Kind of like that, just turning through adolescence. He was sitting in this area, keeping an eye on stuff, and he noticed the water, and then he got up and he ran straight up this way.
Okay. So heading the same direction we are.
Yeah, but he's booting it. First off, he's a little scared.
Okay.
Secondly, he has somewhere he's supposed to be, I think. You get that feeling anyway.
Okay.
So he does that. There is actually a fair amount of activity out here. There's, for all intents and purposes, the entire population of Vern's Run is now converging and gossiping and talking all around this area here.
Right.
There, well, yeah, I mean, it's their first possible taste of freedom. No one's trying to kill them. There's no one,
Yep.
you know, telling them not to do anything. And they're actually almost in a celebratory mood.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost like a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, their tyrannical false goddess is dead.
Yes. And because you're also high in your perception,
Yeah.
you do notice one particular individual that you recognize, I should say.
Okay.
Uh, Reardon is here.
Ah, so he did survive this whole mess.
Yep. He looks a little haggard in the sense that he's not, shaved, and maybe a little disheveled. But for the most part, he seems to be the way he always has been. He seems to be trying to organize things and get people doing stuff, so that they don't end up, you know, getting to winter and starving after surviving all of this.
Yes.
That young lad is talking to him.
Okay.
Where you, if you want to go through the center of town,
It's going to be difficult.
you're going to need to roll a dexterity check.
Is it possible for us to go around this
Oh yeah,
crowd?
oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
They're all here. There's smaller numbers of people everywhere else, of course, but the vast majority of people who don't immediately have something they need to do are all in the center of town, and they're all talking really loudly. They're all trying to see what's going on. They're all demanding this, and they're all trying to, like I said, it's time to hopefully put stuff back together. And some of them are trying to, because they're fairly well-to-do merchants, trying to be part of the you know decision-making crowd, and Reardon's trying to organize everything. And he is actually roll an insight check on him.
21.
We've known him. We've dealt with him. Oh, a sec there. He looks a little puzzled, and he's looking around. He's definitely looks like he is looking for somebody or looking for signs of something.
Okay.
And but he's definitely very puzzled about what's going on here.
Well, I'm sure he can sort this all out on his own. So let's just take the quickest route avoiding this crowd and let's continue on.
All right, if we want to avoid the crowd,
Yeah.
because we came out of the water, we came up out here, we saw everything.
Yeah.
The easiest way to avoid the crowd is either to backtrack to this road or go up this road. This is probably the shorter way.
Sure. I mean, there's plenty of ways through the trees and buildings there, so we can.
Yep. So we do that and head towards this gate. The
Yep.
gate is closed.
The gate is closed.
Yep.
All right. Let's head towards the north gate then. See if that one's closed.
North gate or west gate?
West gate. Sorry.
Yeah.
The gate at the top of the map, which has confused us every single time we come here.
Yeah, I know. So we backtrack to here, head up this way, go to here. This gate is also closed.
Okay.
But fortunately, we know
Yeah, we know where a hole in the wall is.
there's a hole here, and this gate doesn't exist anymore.
Well, let's go try that hole. See if they have guards posted or something. If
Now,
they're left.
once we get roughly about 1/4 of the town to go, the population just drops right off. There's no one. There's a few people doing things. Probably a couple people doing things they shouldn't be doing because looting is a thing. And then there's nobody here. We can head straight up, no problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have a mess on their hands for a while.
Well, we cleaned up one mess for them. No, we cleaned up multiple messes for them.
Yeah, this is our second kick at the can for keeping Vyrn's run free of tyranny.
Yeah, and this one tops absolutely everything else we did for them the first trip here combined.
So we make it out of the farmer's fields.
Yes.
This is still, well, it is far enough into spring now that there are shoots growing up. The crops are beginning to grow. Farmers are doing what farmers have always done, and that is take care of their crops and animals. And they are pretty much every now and then they'll meet up in the field and talk, but they're
Yeah.
doing their work.
Yes, there's not much difference for them, I suspect.
Someone's going to come along and probably put a tax or a levy on their crops at some point for the good of all.
Yeah.
And then they'll grumble about that.
Yeah,
So,
but the court basically left them alone because the court had no choice in the matter.
yeah. So we skirt this lake, head towards there unmolested.
Yes.
And then we end up in this familiar place.
Yes, and I imagine by that point the invisibility spell is running its course.
Um, yeah, we can make it here.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly dallying. This place is not, it's not the Ritz. It's
No,
not,
it's not. It's a ruin.
it is a dungeon. We make it in, we can set up security.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, secure the trapdoor.
Yep,
And since we're going to be using this place as a temporary base of operations while we rest,
yep,
recover, and prepare for our further journeys, I'm going to set up a alarm spell as a ritual
yep,
by the trapdoor. And once we go further into this area, which is where I assume we're going to be spending most of our time,
yep.
I'd like to cast another one in front of where we know that secret door is.
Okay. All right. I would like you to roll investigation check with advantage just to see if there's anything here that shouldn't be here.
Like another vampire.
Oh no, we missed one.
No, I'm pretty sure we did not miss any of them. That's another 21.
Yeah, it's clean. Well, it's not clean. It is clear of monsters. It's
Yes.
clear of threats. Nothing was left behind by our Strigoi that is anything for us to worry about.
No. Technically, there wasn't. Yeah, I don't think this is not one of the places where we fought one of the vampires. This is one place we just found one of their coffin. It might still be here.
Yeah, but that individual came and ruined that circle.
Yeah.
So they were here at some point. They might have left something behind. But nope, it's clean.
I can't remember if they took the coffin or not. Completely immaterial.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off one of these tables
Yep.
and set up some equipment
Yep.
because we're going to montage this for the next little while because we're going to spend probably a better part of a week, not just in this little spot, but
Yep.
there's some scrolls I need to replace, potion I want to make,
And there are wounds we need to treat.
and then yeah, there's some serious recovery need to be done.
Yeah.
So unless there's anything else you want to do specifically, we're going to rapidly go through 3 or 4 or 5 days.
Well, the main thing, apart from healing, I'd like to do is probably replace some of my ink and paper. And the best way we can do that is the way we started doing this at the start of the campaign, which is I'm going to use my writing kit to try and make some.
Okay.
Because I have 200 gold pieces worth of ink and paper left, which means I can make a single 4th level scroll or a subset of lower level scrolls.
I do have a bit more than you because most of the stuff I was doing was while I was in Lyria. And then we did the dragon thing. And then I had a whole pile of extra money. So I picked up, I do have a fair amount of ink and paper. But go for it.
And I have 4 scrolls left.
Yeah, oh, I've burned so much. All right, so first thing I'm going to make day one is I need to make another potion of invisibility. It's basically the only material I have all the materials for besides basic healing potions.
Yep.
That is a DC 21, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. I don't need to cast dance ability. I have the cauldron now,
No. Yeah, you have that.
so I am going to try and make an invisibility potion. So I get +4 now. for my new skill level, right?
Proficiency, yes.
Yeah. And then
It's a
we,
medicine check, so it's your wisdom.
well, so that's +5.
Yes.
That makes it a 19.
Point of luck?
Yeah. Ah, 2 points of luck.
Last point?
Last point. All right. I will write off those materials. I did not succeed.
All right. Well, my turn. If I remember correctly, this is an Arcana check, and I think the DC is 15.
Yes. You are going to be using last year's growth, but that's all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to gather some of the material I need to make this parchment.
Yep.
All right, so I rolled a 12. My Arcana proficiency is +9, so that's another 21.
Okay. This is going to take you a little bit longer to do, but you
Yeah.
are successful.
Yes.
What I would like you to do is roll a straight uh, D20 for me, please.
Just a
No
D20.
modifiers, just a straight D20.
That's a natural 20.
Well, apparently, the actual concept and getting out and going back to your roots and digging up parchment and acquiring the materials and just doing that basic sort of stuff that you started doing way back when we were on the plateau and just after we left
Yeah.
is something that really strikes a chord with you. And you do manage to get enough parchment purified after a couple of days of work
Yeah.
to make, I was going to say, about 8 pages of ink. Oh, sorry, 8 pages of paper.
Sorry. So yeah, this is this process is working on both parchment and ink.
Okay.
So 8 times 50, so that's 400. One piece is worth.
I will probably be helping you with the ink.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Why can't I roll out for what I need to do? Yeah, not a problem. You, at the end of 2 days,
All
you'll
right.
have enough materials now for the combined 8 pages of paper and ink.
All right. So that brings you up to 600 gold pieces worth of ink and paper. Okay.
On
So
day 2,
you can
I'm
also work on another potion if you want, if we're going through a second day of this.
day 2, I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah. Don't forget to heal up for the second day as well. You'll be up to 73 hit points. That doesn't look good.
No, finally.
Oh.
My last point of luck on the second day, I managed to make a potion of invisibility.
Yeah. So is that the only one we currently have?
Nope, we have 2.
Okay, so we have
That's
two.
why I wanted to make another one because one got used up.
Yeah. So I assume the new one's for me.
Oh, sector. Waiting to see. I know I'm running out of materials.
Yeah.
One of the places I want to go after we leave here is the Dark Forest.
Yeah, we're basically going to be going back the way we came, I suspect, for the most part.
I only have one remaining of those mushrooms.
So you could give it another try if you want.
Nope, I'm fine. We made 2. That's all I really want.
Do not forget to note down the hit points you healed for this day as well.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Yeah.
Gaining 10 a day. No, sorry. 4 plus like the Constitution plus 1 says 5. It's 10. Yeah, it's 10 a day.
Okay. Oh, then I'm cutting myself short. I should be have more hit points because I'm only keeping track of our long rests.
Yeah. I'm almost up to half. On day 3, I want to replace the 5th level Dispel Magic scroll that I used
Okay.
because that thing really, really changed things as far as her fortunes. I mean, sucking that life out of me was not fun.
Yep. Enervation is a nasty spell.
Yep. So for this, I will prepare enhanced ability.
Yes. All right. So it's a spell casting ability check. So you're
Uh,
adding your intelligence.
oh, never mind. Apparently, I'm only bad at making potions.
Okay.
I rolled a 20 and then, sorry, an 18 and then going into the 20s.
All right. For since we're still going to be here at least for another few days, I think from day 3 I'm going to try and make more ink and paper. Just to
All right. So this is going to be a 2-day process every
yeah.
time you do it.
So I'm going to go back out, gather more materials, and I'm going to bring it in. And here's the crafting roll.
Yep.
All right. Well, I still get to. So that's an 18 because I get to add +9 on this because it is Arcana.
Yep.
There's no spell casting involved in this one, at least. So
Okay. Um, I guess the initial exuberance of being able to do this and uh, it's getting to the point now where it's just okay. I gotta make more of this.
okay.
Not as much fun, but you do actually manage to make 5 pages of paper and ink.
Okay.
Bad.
So that yeah, that's
And I have nothing.
250. Yeah, you keep track of it differently than I do. That's the issue here, where I'm having to translate that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
850.
On that
Oh,
fourth day,
yeah.
I want to replace my. Sorry, I want to replace one of my polymorph scrolls.
Yeah. Over the next 2 days, my hit points are going to fully replenish.
Yeah, that's enough. All right, polymorph's easier to do,
Yeah.
and that is all the record keeping that I need to do. So after 4 days, you've gained back.
48 hit points total, which is brings me up above my maximum. So I'm at 94, my new maximum. Total hit points for 10th level.
Yep, and
You get 40 back.
I'm at 67 hit points.
Out of.
107.
So you're 40 hit points off.
Yeah.
Well, we still have plenty of food and water.
Well, that reminds me, yes, scratch off 4 more days worth of food.
Yep, I did. I kept track of that. So, in total, since we started playing, we've gone through 4 days worth of food, which brings me down to 33 days worth of food.
Yeah. Well, I've done everything that I want to do.
Yep, except
Besides,
possibly recover more points.
yeah, besides heal some more. So I
So,
think on day 5, I would like to go into Vyrn's Run.
all right.
I want to just go in disguised, obviously, and want to see what's going on.
Yep.
Also, I want to go to this musty hole.
Yes. All right. So you want to go into town then?
Yeah, I want to go see how they've had a total of about 5 days
Yeah.
to start getting things organized.
Yes.
Let's go have a look, see what they've done.
All right. Are we going in invisible or disguised?
Disguise is fine.
All right.
I want to see how they react to people. So back to Vyrn's.
All right. For disguise self, I'm going to make myself just look like a generic human traveler.
Sure. It'll be 2 run-of-the-mill travelers.
Yeah.
Dusty clothes, worn boots.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna edge this down a bit. We come out.
Yep.
We head towards the road. Can I get a perception check? You have advantage because we're both paying attention.
All right. 25.
All right. The first thing you notice is everything's really kind of quiet. It is if you didn't know that there was, quite a large battle here and an occupation and another large battle and all that stuff, you'd figure this is just a nice late spring day, farmers doing their things, cows mooing. Everything seems very tranquil almost.
Well, things seem to be calming down for the moment. Then again, they've had 5 days to get everything back together.
Yeah, so we make it to the road. We start heading this way. The gate is actually open now,
All right.
and not a lot of traffic at the moment because, well, things do take time for commerce to get back to normal. There is a guy standing on the gate, looking official. He's he's not wearing a uniform. They
No.
don't have any at the moment. He's got a book of some kind. He's trying to keep track of stuff as people come and go. But it's not
Yeah.
a lot of traffic, so
Well, we can't use the excuse we want to stay at the Whippoorwill this time because it no longer exists.
nope. It is a pile of charcoal.
Yeah.
So we come up to the gate and we are noticed.
Yes.
And it says, "State your business."
Well, I think you should come up with the excuse because this was your idea.
So just travelers hoping to find work. Um, no real specific things in mind, but I mean, you guys sure look like you had some troubles because from the gate you can see the burned out whippoorwill, and you can also see these scorch marks here, and yeah, this
Yeah.
place is better days.
I imagine the court managed to repair the damage to most, well, to at least this end of the walls.
Yeah.
But yes.
And while we're standing here, there are crews of people trying to make repairs. And the guy says, "Oh, well, actually, it's probably the best time for you to show up." He points down the road and says, "Head straight down here." And the way he's pointing is straight down here.
Yeah.
When you get to the fountain, uh, turn to your, and he thinks about it for a sec, to your left, and there's a building there. There should be some people that will set you up because we need all the manpower we can get. Can I have your names there, please?
Okay. So we definitely shouldn't give our real names.
Yeah, it might be a bad idea. Yes, I'm Bob.
I'll give the name Xander.
This is Xander. And thank you for your help.
Okay.
And off we go. So going into Vyrn's Run,
Yes.
there's a lot more activity. The market's actually up and running. There's people there. The general air is people that have just come through something and they're just happy to be alive.
Yeah.
Um, Prices are a little high in some areas, which is causing some grumbling because materials and food stuffs are a little scarce.
Yes.
But for the most part, people are just glad they don't have to duck patrols and all that stuff.
Yes. So when we're out of earshot at one point, what exactly is it you're looking for in here? Because we definitely did not come in here to help with the manual labor and repairs of the town.
Oh, good God, no. I have no intention of picking up a hammer or a chisel or whatever and helping with repairs. I just want to see what they're doing, and I want to just get in that musty hole for a little while.
Okay. Are we looking for anything in particular?
I wanted to see if Reardon is actually still in charge, or if he's been supplanted by somebody, or I'm just curious.
Hmm.
So we head down to the fountain.
Yep.
It's still charred. You do notice that the uh, church,
Yeah, so are they trying to dismantle the temple or are they just
there does seem to be
repurpose
a
it?
fair amount of work involving it,
Yeah.
and I'll roll a perception check. We'll see if you can. There's not much work been done so far.
24.
Yeah, it is smaller.
Okay, so they're dismantling it basically.
Well, it's raw materials to them.
Yes. I thought they might want to maybe repurpose the building.
Uh, no, it has a stigma, and they want it eradicated. At least that's
Okay.
the impression you
Does
got.
that mean the stone that they're going to be using from it to repair the town is going to have that stigma?
Anyway, it is what they're doing.
All
So
right.
once we get down here, there is in front of the jailhouse, which is also part where the guards used to be.
Mhm.
Uh, there is a table there set up. There's a couple chairs behind it, and there's a bunch of papers on the table, rocks pulling them all down, and there's a couple of guys sitting there, and they're arguing and talking with two or three people in front of them. And it looks exactly like the kind of thing you expect when there's a bunch of people who don't do this for a living, but are trying to get everything organized so that things will start functioning and they get everything done. And
Yes.
that's all. Reardon's nowhere to be seen.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, no, he's not going to actually, pick up a hammer.
Probably not. No.
But he is somewhere doing something.
Yes, he's probably overseeing and organizing all of this.
Yeah, so that's what all I really wanted to do.
All
We
right.
can't go at the same bloody gate.
No, we should go out the north gate.
So we'll head this way.
Or
They're actually trying to repair here now.
okay, so we can no longer use that.
Oh no, you can get through it.
They're not going to let us walk through the hole they're repairing.
Okay. They also starting to repair up here,
Yeah.
but there's
This is a
traffic coming.
main gate, though.
It is actual gate, and traffic is coming and going, so we can get through there.
Yes, it's much easier to get through the main gate than going through what is effectively an active construction site.
Okay. So head back, head west, head to our little hole in the ground,
Yeah.
stretch my legs, which is basically what I wanted to do. And I also want to see what's going on. Things are progressing.
Yeah.
All right. I have a question for you.
All right.
How many more days do you want to stay here?
That should be. I should be asking you that. I'm at
If
full health.
if we're gonna wait until I'm fully healed without taking any potions,
Yep.
we're looking at another 4 days.
Well, are you comfortable leaving now?
Well, in the morning.
Okay. So we head out next day then?
Yeah.
All right then.
We'll set up watches.
Yep. I'll take the first one this time.
Yep. And there's nothing to watch.
Okay.
Don't bother rolling. Um, Morning comes. I would like you to put together your traveling spell list.
Right.
My wands and rings and everything's all fully.
Yeah, those are all definitely recharged by this point.
Yeah, I didn't even bother rolling because I knew we were going to be here long enough. My hit point total is a bit
10
low.
better than it was yesterday.
Hmm?
10 better than it was yesterday.
Yeah, basically. A few more days and I'll be fine. Oh, before we actually start out, this is actually a milestone of our uh, entire time playing the game. We are now actively playing as 10th level characters. We haven't done that.
Past almost hour doesn't count.
No, not really.
Yes, this is the first time and playing 10th level characters in 5th edition.
So we get up in the morning, we have breakfast, and then we get to look at this map we haven't looked at in quite some time.
Yep,
This is
the outskirts of Vyrn's Run.
yeah, this is the general area around Vyrn's Run. Here's Vyrn's Run. We crossed over on this log last time. We don't have to this time.
No, we don't.
We're not level 3 anymore. We have a couple of options. We still have 2 brooms of flying. We can
Yep.
just fly there. I want to go to the Dark Forest.
So you want to go, yeah, you want to go back the way we came, basically through there.
Yeah, I want to land somewhere in here because I need to replenish my mushrooms.
All right. Well, we can use the brooms to cross the ravine that we
Yep.
had to cross to get into Vyrn's Run.
Okay. We fly west,
Mhm.
go across the ravine, and I suggest we go up to where the river is and then land. And then we can walk if you want, or we can fly above, whichever you prefer.
Uh, well, we're going to have to be. We're looking for herbs and mushrooms for you, so we may not be able to spot those from the air.
Yeah, so they're all in the dark parts of the forest. So this initial part where the monastery was,
Yeah.
and a few other things, it's they're not there.
Yeah, so I highly doubt that monastery is still up and running. It was massacred when we got there.
Yeah. So
The only surviving cleric that we know of, or acolyte, left.
yeah, I'm not sure if he'd even be there still.
No, we saw him off. Or we
All
were
right,
he was leaving around the same time we were.
we fly over, and
Yeah.
then once the dark forest part starts, oh, wrong way. There we go.
Yeah, it's this place.
This is where it starts getting thick, and this is a good place to land.
Yeah. We should also avoid that whatever those creatures were we encountered here last time. They were annoying.
Yeah. For those who don't remember or weren't here for that,
Yeah.
if you get too close to the water, these amoeboid-like creatures who can control water
Mhm.
send out these tentacles, and they try to grab you and paralyze you and drag you into the water, drown you,
Yeah.
and then eat you.
I was also referring to the village of those other creatures we encountered.
Oh, those guys, the albino midget or shark people or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah, we can avoid them. That's easy. We can
Yeah.
fly over them. Or, well, I mean, they were no match for us when we were level 3.
No, but they were not pleasant.
No, they were trying to poison us.
Yes.
All right. Well, actually, I wouldn't even work on you anymore.
No. But anyway.
Okay. This took the better part of the day.
Yes,
So
I imagine you would.
even, well, we're condensing 2 weeks of travel into a very short period of time here. So,
Yeah.
because flying is much faster than us trudging through the swamps. So I would like you to do I'll do the rolling, sorry. And you let me know how successful I am
Oh,
hunting
okay.
mushrooms. Natural 20. There we go.
That's a good start.
Yep. I am looking for. Hold on a sec. It's been a while since we've been here. There are mushrooms for invisibility and heroism here.
Yes.
And also, I'm looking for herbs for general healing. Probably not a whole lot in the Dark Forest. But also any mandrake root.
All right. Well, you do not find any mandrake root, nor the mushrooms for your potions of heroism, but you do find three of the other variety of mushroom you use for your potions of visibility. With that roll.
Cool. Excellent.
I imagine we're going to need to set up camp relatively soon after that search.
So we set up camp.
Yep.
We do now need to be vigilant.
Yep. Well, if we're looking for a campsite, I have a portent I can use.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's an 18 and it's a survival check, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a total of 21 for finding a campsite.
You find a nice dry hillock
Yeah.
and a little bowl of a tree that we can. Well, we don't have to set up the. We don't have to sit under a tree anymore. We can set up the camouflage hut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't have to do that until we're getting ready for bed.
Yeah. We find a great campsite.
Yeah.
We set it all up. I would like you, before we actually get uh, settling down for the night, to roll a perception check, please.
Yeah. Also remember to mark off the day's travel.
Yep.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
23.
23.
Yes.
Well, besides the usual sounds that we experienced for quite some time while we're in here, we
Yes.
were here for a few days last time. Just before we're going to actually settle in for the night,
Mhm.
you hear kind of like an agonized, not quite scream, but more like an agonized groan. Like
Okay.
someone's not and feeling very good. It's quite loud.
Do I know the direction?
You rolled a 23, you do. It is in the direction we are heading.
All right. I'm going to summon Alice and have her precede us by 60 feet.
I thought we were settling down for the night.
Oh, so we aren't. So we're at the campsite then.
Yes. Oh
All right.
no, we've had our evening meal. We're getting to the point where we're actually going to set up the hut and go to sleep. This is when that happened.
All right. Well, we're not really heading in that direction then. I guess you mean the direction we were journeying in.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I will summon Alice and I'm going to have her go over and investigate what's going on in the direction of that sound.
Okay. What are her instructions?
Go and see what that is and then come back
All right.
and avoid detection if possible.
All right. We'll start off with a stealth check then.
Yep. Natural 20.
Nope. No one's going to find her.
Yep.
Then I would like you to roll a perception check, and you can have advantage on this.
All right. All right. Not another natural 20. All right. Perception. 18.
Okay. She wanders off.
Yes. I will perceive through her senses as she goes.
Okay. You told her to go until she finds out what that is
Yes.
and come back.
Yes.
So she heads off um, through the woods, heading in this direction. 10. Oh, hold on a second. Sneeze. Excuse me. Ah,
Hmm.
10 minutes go by. She's still heading that way. She has a scent she's picking up, though, that smells like blood.
Okay. Yeah, well, that would make sense with someone groaning in pain.
That she's still heading in that direction. So,
Yep.
10 more minutes go by. She's starting to get into the thicker, much more dense cover part of this forest.
All right. I can't hear or see anything around me, but I can still. Do I think she's heading in the right direction at least?
That will require you making a perception check through her senses. This roll, see what happens.
All right. So my perception, though.
Yeah.
All right. It's another 23.
She is following something
Hmm.
You're pretty sure blood is involved because with her senses and yours and
Yeah.
her night vision, you can see little splotches of it here and there.
Okay.
What was that? You also hear something moving ahead.
All right. Well, she's well out of range for me to give instructions at this point.
Yes, she's just following your instructions at this point.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do at this point is decide whether or not to pull her out.
Yeah. Well, I might ready to do that, but I'm still gonna still see what's going on. This is
Okay.
quite the distance if a cat cannot travel it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, she's doing really quite well.
Yeah.
So, well, another 4 or 5 minutes go by, and
Yes.
then you see through her eyes the figure of a young girl. Uh, that's not accurate.
Okay.
Roughly your age. No, sorry. Roughly your real age. A young
Okay.
lady. Uh, seems quite normal, except for the fact that she's here. Her attire, though, seems a little unusual. She has a kind of like a purse satchel sort of thing on her side. I would like you to roll a perception check for that by itself, please.
All right. 19.
It seems to be made of some kind of skin sewn together.
Oh well, as long as it's not the sound where the blood came from.
No, this person looks perfectly fine.
No, I
Uh,
was talking about the purse or bag.
yeah,
That
she's wearing
wasn't some stitched up person.
yeah, no. She's wearing kind of tattered clothing. She has a belt around her waist that seems to be um, various animal skulls, not big ones, just like birds and rodents, that sort of stuff.
Oh, is this that? There was a druid in the Dark Forest the last time we were here, if I remember correctly.
You rolled a 19, right?
Yes.
No, 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 that's not her. You would have recognized her.
All right. Someone else.
Someone else. And she is casually, and I mean casually, strolling through the woods in the same direction the cat's going.
So they're not going to meet. She's going away from us.
No, your cat's moving faster. So she is catching up. Alice is going to overtake her shortly
Mhm. Okay.
because she's still following the same instructions. So I'm going to need a fresh stealth check.
Well, that is. I have a feeling the natural 20 was used at a point in which it did not really matter. 6.
So as Alice is basically going to the point where it's going to start passing this individual,
Yeah.
her head swings around and she looks down and sees the cat
Okay.
and looks really puzzled.
What? She's never seen a cat before?
In here, probably not.
Who's to say cats don't live in this forest?
He's go, hmm?
I said,
No.
who's to say that cats do not live in this forest?
Apparently, the body reaction of this young lady says that this is an unusual thing.
All right. Well, I cannot give Alice any more instructions, so she's going to keep going.
She kneels down as Niels goes by and says, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty."
Alice is going to follow my instructions.
No, she's going to follow her instructions. This really puzzles her because this is not cat-like behavior.
I don't know. Cats often avoid strangers.
Yeah, but something about this is bothering this individual.
All right. Are we still following this blood trail? Okay.
Alice is still following the blood trail, yes.
Okay.
So as Alice goes by, you all of a sudden, unless you're going to have it, well, Alice is not going to turn her head around. She's going to follow you something.
Yes.
Uh, you do hear someone walking behind. Um, Apparently, this individual is trying to keep up.
All right. While I cannot give further instructions, Alice will obviously take whatever action she needs to, just like to avoid, to ensure her own safety and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they always defend themselves.
Yeah,
Don't run away.
she's not mindless.
No.
She has all her natural instincts and in intense, and
Yeah.
just she just listens to me.
Yeah. All right. This continues
Yes,
for about another 5 minutes.
this
You,
has been a long.
yeah, this was a loud scream, loud groaning scream, and now after about another 5 minutes, so she's a good half hour ahead of us now.
Mhm.
Um, so it starts to slow down because the amount of blood is more, and she also spots a campfire ahead.
Okay.
So she's following your instructions still. Uh,
Yes.
you still hear the footsteps behind, and she patters on up to the edge of the firelight, and you see two people. There's a guy. They both. Well, all right. Roll perception. Oh, sorry. Perception check on what they are.
20.
They seem to be what are called charcoal burners.
Okay.
They cut down green wood and set up a pyre and deprive it of oxygen enough that they create charcoal. And that's what they're doing. Well, sorry, that's what their purpose for being here is. At the moment, in the middle of the night, they have a fire going. Uh, one of them is sort of holding down the other individual who seems to be in the throes of a nightmare.
Okay.
Alice has stopped.
Yes.
The footsteps behind have stopped. And you got two guys, fairly young age, somewhere in their 20s, maybe early 30s. One guy's kind of writhing, and every now and then it's a moaning scream. And the other guy's kind of holding him down.
Okay. So something's going on over there, a half hour away from us.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you're going to let me know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm going to describe this as best I can. Do you?
Unfortunately, you can't give Alice instructions. I'm more curious about the young lady who seems to find that this is something unusual but not alarming.
Yes. So I assume at some point Alice is going to interpret my instructions and come back.
Yeah. So she has found the
Yeah.
source of the blood.
And yeah.
Uh, apparently, one of them is injured.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the guy on the ground.
Yes. All right. The guy
Okay.
who's not having a good night.
Yep. She turns around and starts trotting back. As she turns around, she sees the young lady, and I would like you to roll an insight check, please. I assume you're still looking through her eyes.
Yes, I have not stopped.
Okay.
Natural one on insight.
All right. The young lady's standing there in the shadows. As looks like a young lady.
Okay.
Alice trots on by her, and heads off, exactly reversing her steps.
Yes. Do I hear Alice being followed?
Uh, uh, perception, please. Hearing only, so
16.
yes.
All right. Well, I cannot really have instruct Alice to look around or to take evasive actions.
No. You have two options. Let her continue with her instructions,
Yeah.
have her pop out of existence.
Well, the issue with this is this woman, or whoever or whatever she is, because this is an unusual situation here, is taking a keen interest in my familiar, it seems.
Yeah.
And didn't show any concern at all about the other campsite and the two people there.
Well, you did roll a one.
Yeah. Anyway, but is still continuing to follow my familiar, which means if I have Alice just come back along the path that she traveled, not only is it going to take another half hour,
Yep.
but she might lead her right to us.
Yep.
On the other hand, if I just have Alice vanish, uh, they if she isn't already, she's already suspicious of her, and if she realizes she's a familiar, she might be on the lookout for things like that. For
What do you?
argument's sake, I'll say I popped out of Alice's senses for the moment to have this discussion with you.
All right.
And I would ask what you think is the better option, because there's risk for both, obviously.
Obviously, something about a cat walking in this dark forest, uh, doing very specific things, not being at all cat-like,
Mhm.
has piqued someone's interest.
Yes.
We have no idea what they are. We don't have no idea what their motives are. They are not acting according to what a young lady would if she saw that sort of scene with two woodcutters and one in the throes of some kind of agony.
No.
Uh, doesn't seem to be phased by that. But
Not behaving in the usual manner for an adventurer either.
no, most adventurers do not, wander around in the woods at night
We are.
by themselves.
True.
Yeah. And yeah, when you looked at her, she didn't have any real obvious means of defending herself.
Yeah, but I mean, we do not have obvious means of defending ourselves. That means nothing.
Yeah, we have stabs and we have daggers. She didn't see
Oh,
any of
yes. Great methods of defending ourselves, as we've proven in the past.
that. Yeah. Well, from a lay person's point of view, we
Yeah.
do have physical means of defending ourselves. It's
Yes.
not what we use, but yeah, she doesn't even have those. So unless
Anyway,
she is capable magically of defending herself, or
which is
there's some.
something I am leaning in favor of, just based on her reaction to Alice.
Yeah.
I think she may have recognized, or at least potentially recognized, a familiar.
Yeah.
Which
So
means,
what are you gonna do?
well, a cat disappearing in the middle of the woods is suspicious.
Yeah.
However, that does mean she cannot just follow Alice to us.
Well, she did roll a nat 20 on her stealth, leaving.
Yes.
So that would be very difficult for her to follow.
No, she just follows her back now. I,
No, if Alice just comes back all the way, she'll lead right to
yeah.
us.
All right, I think you've convinced me. I'm going to unsummon her.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I guess we should set up our camp.
Yes.
And I'm definitely setting up an alarm because someone else is already having a bad night. Then again, we have some magical protections they do not.
Okay. We set up our alarms. We set up our camouflage hut.
Yes.
I need to check something. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Make sure I'm not missing anything.
Right. I'll take first watch and I'll resummon Alice to help with that.
Okay. So roll for your perception, please.
Yep. Two 18s. So that's a total of 25.
All right. You hear next to nothing. After all that,
Yeah, I think I made the right decision by not leading her directly to our campsite.
after that, incident, um, the night noises come back,
Mhm.
and you do not perceive any other changes or anything untoward.
All right.
And your shift comes to the end in the middle of the night.
Yes. I wake you.
All right, I wake up and I roll my perception checks with my owl. Hey! All right. When you're sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
you feel some form of psychic presence.
Oh, not this again.
Very tenuous.
Okay.
Something is looking around, but not enough to wake you up, not enough to uh, alert you to possible dangers.
Not enough to force me to make a saving throw.
No saving throws required. But when you wake up in the morning, which you do,
Yeah.
you feel like something wasn't happening here, but was happening somewhere nearby. You get a feeling that something with um, psychic capabilities
Mhm.
is doing something nearby.
All right. Well,
And it's not like the leashlings. It doesn't have that oily feel to it. Um, yeah, it's actually not like anything I felt before.
something new.
Hmm?
Something new, I say.
Yeah. You can roll an arcana check if you want.
24.
Because of your field of study,
Yep.
which actually makes you both more vulnerable, more prepared. I mean, it doesn't make sense, I know, but also tunes you to this sort of stuff a lot more. Um, you get the feeling that someone or something was traveling around in the ethereal plane.
All right. But not near us, from what I can tell from that.
No, it wasn't like it was. Oh, these things are very much bizarre when it comes to how close or how far something is away when it's not even on the same plane of existence.
Well, the ethereal plane is adjacent to ours.
Yes. But yeah, it wasn't, you were not targeted.
No.
You were getting this sort of like the brushing sensation.
Background noise.
Yeah. So yeah, we get up.
All right. Well, I definitely would inform you that someone's definitely that there's definitely something new in this forest that was not here the last time we were here.
Yeah. Um, we need to be careful of that young lady.
Yes, if it was indeed her, which is a possibility. I also suspect we might want to go and investigate that other campsite.
All right, we have breakfast.
If for no other reason to see if they're actually still alive.
All right, we start heading in that direction. You can just
Oh, it
tell,
was the direction we're heading in anyway.
yeah, just tell Alice to lead you there if you like, because she
Yeah.
was there.
Yep. So what's the lighting situation in this forest?
Well, the funny thing is, this is gloomy,
Yeah.
but this is at the edge of this.
Ah. Yep, I remember that. So this is what Alice was heading into last time.
This is what she started getting into. This is where all of that was happening.
That may sound odd considering we're traveling through this forest, but why is there so much foot travel through this forest?
Well, charcoal burners go where there's wood, and there's a lot of dry wood here, so I assume they have plenty of material.
Yeah.
Why they came here instead of some nice, pleasant green forest somewhere, I have no idea. As far as that young lady goes, there's definitely something fishy with her.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
And last time we were here, yeah, it was pretty quiet. We ran into these albino people,
Yep.
which are still much further on. And of
Yeah.
course,
We remember the things in the water.
yeah, well, we're staying away from the water, so that's not a
Yep.
problem. They won't even affect you anymore.
No.
So we head on. It's going to take us longer than it took Alice because, well,
You're
four
not
legged
quadrupeds.
creature. Yeah. And we have to duck and stuff where she just sort of scampered
All
along.
right, so returning to my first question, the lighting situation in here.
It is, once we get to this part,
Yeah.
it's dark.
All right. Well, I think it's time to try a new trick out.
What you gonna do?
Well, when we reach 10th level, I gained access to the next arcane tradition feature for School of Divination,
Yep.
which is called the Third Eye, which allows me to magically enhance my powers of perception. So one of the things it lets me do is basically I can grant myself dark vision at a range of 60 feet now until we finish a short or long rest. At which point I can just do it again.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to focus and call upon my new abilities, and I'm going to be able to see in the dark
Cool.
for the first time in our campaign.
Well,
It does not help you.
I could do that all along because I can just attune my stone to uh instead of constitution saving throws, I could do it to dark vision.
Yeah, I get the distinct feeling bright light in this forest may not be the best idea.
Yes, but I am gonna do similar to what you were doing, but differently. I'm gonna use my 10th level arcane ability,
Okay.
and I am going to polymorph.
Shapeshift.
And I'm going to change myself into a tiger.
All right, so you're a tiger now.
Yep.
Well, that
And
didn't take us very long to use our new features.
I know I'm a tiger for an hour.
Yep. At which point you will stop having dark vision.
Yeah, we might have to do something else at that point. All right, so I can move a lot faster now.
Yes. Well, I can see perfectly in the dark now, so I'm going to try and keep up with you and Alice, and we're still going to follow her.
Okay,
This is really going to confuse anyone who sees this.
yeah. All right, so I would like stealth checks from everybody, please.
All right. Don't forget you have to use the stealth of a tiger.
Yeah, I have it written down here.
All right. I have a 15.
I have +6 on my stealth. I managed to squeak out a 10.
All right. I have a 15 and Alice has a 17.
All right, so as a group, we're pretty high.
Yeah.
Let's just see here. What do we got for perception? All right. Hmm, okay. In short order, we make it to that camp.
Mm.
It is different than what you saw through your cat's eyes. There is a dead body on the ground.
Just one, though.
One dead body.
All right.
And I would like you to roll an intelligence check,
Yeah, I was
please.
going to say to see if I recognize this as the guy from last night. Intelligence 14.
Okay. This body
Yeah.
has been rather viciously chopped up. You assume, well, here, I'll check.
You're a tiger.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Chopped up. Well, you can probably tell me because there's still an axe in its back.
Got it. Okay.
Is
I am. So I'm pretty sure this is the same guy from last night.
you have two possibilities, and you rolled high enough.
Yeah.
It is not the one that's having the weird nightmare.
Oh,
It
so
is
this is the
one
guy
that was trying to
helping him,
help him,
friend.
his friend. He is now dead and rather eviscerated.
And I assume he's been chopped to pieces with this axe.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is usually your more line of work. I would like to roll a medicine check just to confirm nothing else is going on here.
Straight roll.
Yep. Well, I rolled a 22.
Oh, don't need me at all.
I rolled a natural 19, so
Right.
I'll die.
All right, what are you trying to discern?
Uh, were these blows post mortem or were they the cause of death? Him being chopped to pieces.
Both.
Okay, so that's someone excessively murdered him. Don't eat him, I say to you.
They murdered him, and then they just went to town on it.
Yep. All right.
At this point, I would like a perception check for the group, please.
All right. Group perception check. And that's another 19. So just add my proficiency, my perception, I guess.
Yeah, with advantage.
26. One off from a natural 20. Two 19s in a row.
Yeah. You hear footsteps. Staggering footsteps. Stumbling footsteps. Breaking branches.
All right. So not discreet.
Kind of a little bit of every now and then.
Does Alice smell? I can't ask you this, but does Alice smell decay? Because this is starting to sound familiar.
Roll.
Perception for her.
Yeah, add advantage because it is smell.
Because it's keen smell for her. That's a low roll though. 8.
Well, being a tiger.
Yes, but I cannot communicate with you at the moment.
Yes, you can. You can tell me whatever you want.
We can't have a conversation. I can telepathically communicate with Alice.
Yeah. Well, you notice me look straight towards you know how cats get when they see something?
Yes.
You got the body language of a cat on point and just patting slightly forward.
On a really large scale.
On a really large scale.
All right. I'm going to unsummon Alice because I think we might be something. This might be a little dangerous for her at the moment.
Okay.
And I will follow behind the tiger. What type of tiger are you?
Well, I'll go for Bengal.
Okay.
Got nice stripes.
Yeah.
Probably should have picked Panther or something to be able to see them at all in this. All right. Padding forward, you behind. We come upon an individual heading towards us. It's covered in blood. Has an axe in his hand. Truly wild look in his eyes. The second he sees
a tiger.
No, actually, he doesn't even see the tiger. He sees you. And he lets out a blood-curdling yell, scream, battle cry, whatever you want, and is now charging at you.
There's a tiger in between me and him.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You can do an insight check if you really, really want to.
I think I'm pretty sure I can understand what his mental state is at the moment.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's basically pretty obvious.
Yes.
All right. I would like for us to all roll some initiatives. Me, you, and the madman.
Well, I have a 17.
Oh, that's not right. You're not allowed to have good initiative.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're better than me. I have an 8. Psycho dude. Just missed you. He's a 16.
Oh, so I'm up first.
Yep, first. You got a truly crazed individual covered in blood. You don't have time to see if it's all his or not his, but you assume some of it's his buddy on the ground.
Yep. And what do you have?
Him. You do recognize him. He is the guy that was on the ground.
This is the other guy.
This is the other guy.
Well, that's quite the nightmare he had, apparently.
And he is charging towards you.
And what do you have for initiative?
8.
All right.
Yeah, considering I have really good advantages on all this as a cat, I suck.
What's your hit point total as a tiger?
What is this? 37.
37. All right. Well, I get the distinct feeling we're dealing with someone not in their right mind here.
Yep.
I suspect that nightmare he was experiencing last night might have had something to do with this. This is probably one of the times it's probably good to try and take someone alive and investigate what's going on.
You're up first.
All right. Quick question: is it all possible for me to tell how hardy this person looks?
I will give you a perception check at disadvantage because this is happening real fast.
All right. Well, that's not the natural 20 then. So that's a total of 20 instead.
All right. He is a woodsman.
Yes.
So you expect that he has more hit points than your average peasant who, washes clothes or whatever for a living.
All right.
But he's seen some rough days. You get the feeling this has been going on for a while, and he's finally snapped. He is not himself. He does not look hardy.
All right.
Big muscles and everything, but he looks gone.
So it looks like he's going through some rough times. All right. Well, with that information, and I think we do need to try and find out what's going on here, I am going to reach into my component pouch and pull out a fistful of sand and scatter it in his direction and cast sleep on him at second level. Well, in his direction.
All right.
I assume I can easily keep the area effect around him and keep you out of it.
We'll see.
All right. Well, 7d8. $27.
All right.
The wave of enchanting sleep.
He immediately goes slack-jawed and falls to the ground.
All right.
A little bit of a tumbling roll because he was running towards you.
I hope he doesn't land on the axe.
Don't give me ideas.
All right, so he's
Unconscious.
asleep for the moment.
Yep.
I'm glad I decided to prepare this spell.
Yeah, actually, I thought you wouldn't.
Yeah. All right, I am going to take. I assume we're out of combat for the moment, unless something else happens.
So far, you're fine.
All right, are we still in initiative?
We'll keep it for the moment.
All right. Well,
I would like you to roll a perception check. No advantage. This is straight to you.
24.
You hear a groan of exasperation.
From which direction?
In the direction he's coming from.
Okay. I say to you, we are not alone. There is someone else present.
I'm looking around. Apparently, I did not. The tiger is just not working out for me today.
All right. Well, given the fact there's someone else present, I'm going to stay where I am.
All right.
We'll move down in initiative order then.
Okay.
So he's asleep.
He's asleep.
So that's his turn.
His initiative comes and goes.
We come to you. You're a tiger.
I'm a tiger. I look at you.
Well, So is it my turn now, or?
Yeah, there's nothing for me to do.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to take out my rope of climbing.
Yep.
I'm going to walk over to him.
Hold on a sec. Need to check something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We start walking over towards this guy.
Yeah.
This branch comes sailing out of the woods and hits him.
All right, I see what that was. Does it wake him up?
He's in the process of waking up.
Um,
He doesn't
all right.
actually get to do it until his turn.
I think this goes outside the rope of climbing's normal features then.
This would become athletics, you trying to grapple him.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Right.
Want to grapple a psycho with an axe?
No. I mean, tying him up with a magical rope while he's asleep was one thing.
Yeah.
All right. How far did I make it to him?
Well, half the distance.
All right, so... Okay, I actually do need to know how far that is, though.
Oh, how far are you away from him?
Yeah, distance.
Considering probably about 30 feet currently.
Okay, so I wouldn't have made it there with my full movement anyway.
You could have. You could have dashed.
All right, well... someone's just going to throw... branches and stuff at him. I think someone doesn't... Alright, this tells me someone does not want me investigating what's going on here. That makes me want to do it more. Alright, let's go with option 2. I am going to reach into my component pouch and pull out basically a wad of spider silk. And I'm going to weave it together with my hands, and I'm going to cast web around him.
I am a bit ahead of you, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. So I'm casting web, which
Yep.
if I remember correctly, is concentration. I'm pretty sure it is, because it vanishes if I stop, so.
Yep.
Alright, so I cast web on the area around him, so he does get a saving throw.
Yep.
Does he automatically fail because he's just waking up?
No.
No? Okay.
Automatically fail. Alright, you can't steam anymore.
Alright. So, I've covered the area in webbing.
Yep.
I guess that's my turn.
Alright. You come to his turn. You hear movement from inside the web.
Is he not restrained? Or is he struggling against it?
Hard to tell. Can't see him. It's dark. Even with dark vision.
Yeah. Under the spells and conditions section of my initiative tracker for you, I've written tiger.
You can just tell me to stop concentrating on it.
You can decide to stop that.
There's nothing happening at the moment. I see you trying to prevent him.
Yeah, I'm trying to restrain him.
Yeah, I understand. Well, as
Yeah.
much as Tiger can.
Yeah.
And there's nothing for me to do. So even if I were me, I would still be standing here outside the web waiting to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to stand here outside here as a tiger.
All right, so is that the end of the round?
All right, what are you doing movement-wise? Are you staying you're now about 10 feet away from
Well, the downside to casting web on him
Yep.
is now I can't really see what's going on. And I can't really go in there and try and drag him out and examine him, unfortunately.
No. Sleep was a much better option that way, yes.
Yes. Guess
Well,
we're going to wait and see if he comes out of there or not.
he will eventually
Break free.
either break free
Yeah.
or the spell will end.
Yes.
So you're standing currently 10 feet away from a curtain of webbing.
Yes.
And the webbing is vibrating because you can sense and hear movement.
Do I think he's struggling against the webbing, or do I think he's broken free? I'm going to try and determine that.
Okay. See, now you're not doing anything else this turn.
Yeah.
Give you a regular perception check on this.
22.
What's with you and nothing below 20? Wow. I wish I was.
Rolling well in perception checks. I get to add 7.
You haven't cast a spell an awful lot, but with that, I'll give you the fact that he seems to be not restrained.
All right. Yeah. The spell hasn't really worked out that well for me.
He rolled
really well.
Well.
All right. So he's working his way through the webbing towards us, I say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, considering that's not working, I don't think I'm going to catch anyone else in this. I will stop concentrating on the spell.
Okay, this is still your turn, so you can do that.
Yeah.
His turn is next.
So the webbing vanishes.
Webbing vanishes. The guy staggers forward a couple steps, sees you, and charges. Because he is now much closer.
Unfortunately, yes.
So he is going to take his big axe. Well, axe. It's a woodsman axe, not an actual combat axe.
Yeah.
And he's going to swing and try and hit you.
Probably a hand axe is what it translates to.
Whew. That is an 18. Plus 2.
So
that is a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Shield isn't going to help there.
Oh, for 3 points of damage.
Okay. You rolled low, at least.
Yeah. Alright. Now we come to
you.
My turn.
Well, there's no longer a bunch of webbing in the way.
Yep.
And you're a tiger.
I close the distance. I see my partner being axed. I'm just going to swat this guy. It is a cat thing to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, a terrible number. But I think I have a big plus. Yes, I do. More than enough. Take 2 steps forward, swat him on the shoulder. He spins around, collapses to the ground.
Did you just kill him?
I don't know. I'm sniffing.
I'm getting to feel you in the form of a tiger is not very helpful.
So far, no. Alright. This is what happens next.
Alright. Does he get back up?
Lady,
No, he doesn't get back
up. Get up. A young lady steps out of the woods. The same young lady as last night. Has a smile on her face now. Walks over to the deceased woodsman. Takes that bag off. Let me know if you're going to do anything during all this. Takes the bag off her shoulder. And holding it by the drawstrings, touches it to his forehead.
I'm going to try and determine. This is obviously some form of magic. I'm going to see if I can determine what kind.
Roll an Arcana check.
That is low. 11.
You're not entirely sure, but something happened.
All right.
I would like you to roll a perception check. Just you.
16.
She looks at you. Kind of looks around for a few seconds, looks back at you, kind of smiles, and starts to leave.
Well, I say to you, I think we might want to catch her.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Wait.
You're a tiger, so go sit on her or something.
Okay, she turns to walk away. We are now at your initiative. That's what you're going to do? Just tell me to go get her?
Yes. Well, I might do something. So I assume he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
And possibly had something done to him.
Possibly. Alright. So, when my turn comes up, if you're not doing anything...
Hang on, I'm thinking.
No, sorry.
I could try casting sleep on her. Something tells me that is not going to have the intended effect. Or at the very least, I have to roll really high. Oh, if I turn... No, that's not going to work very well either. Alright, yeah, I'm going to wait and see if you can apprehend her or not.
Okay. I pounce on her.
Yeah, well, let's see how effective that is.
Oh, natural 20. Finally. I'm doing something. Alright, let's see what this does. You see me jump on her and claw her back.
Oh, I was just thinking like pounce and like knock her to the ground. Well,
For 11 points of damage.
yeah, I was thinking more like grapple, not, shatter her spine, which tigers can do.
This does not knock her down.
Yeah, well, I was pretty sure.
She doesn't like it.
No.
But
where's she in the initiative?
she's at the 20 mark. She's next. Take the madman off the list because he's dead.
Yes.
Yeah, so I pounce on her, slashing her back. It damaged her, but it did not phase her enough to knock her down. She does not like it. She screams, but more in annoyance than pain.
Alright, you did 11 damage?
11 damage to her.
Alright, yeah, so...
She turns around and looks really angry.
At you, presumably.
No.
What? What did I do? Nah, it's not important.
From her point of view at this point, I'm kind of like your familiar.
Yeah, tiger for a familiar. Lots of people would want that.
Well, animal companion.
No, oh, is this why you wanted to turn into the tiger?
It's all your fault. So yeah, she glares at you. And...
Well, it sounds like she's up next.
Looks down at her bag. Puts it over her shoulders. And is going to cast a spell.
Okay, I'm definitely trying to find out what this is.
Right.
That's twice in a row. That's low numbers. 13.
You do not know. That's not a spell you've ever cast.
Yeah, but it is a spell.
Yeah.
Right. I will attempt a counterspell.
Alright. What level of spell slot are you using?
Just third.
Roll.
Natural 20.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Let's see what you can do here.
Yeah. Can she counter spell? Well, my counter spell.
The spell is countered.
I should hope so.
Wait. She is not happy. She screams really loudly, but in a weird kind of language, like she's calling.
All right, I'm gonna say, now. Don't be in a hurry to leave. I think we have some questions for you.
All right, you are now at the initiative point. You regain your reaction.
Yes. All right. Clearly, I did not have to use kid gloves with this person. The more and more I think about this, the more and more it's less likely that we're going to be able to take this person captive and find out what's going on here.
All right. What do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna try one more thing. Mostly because I haven't actually cast the spell yet since I've picked it up.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna reach into my component pouch for the third time, and it looks like I pull out something that looks a lot like the spider tail from before, but this is a open cocoon. As I take out
Old person?
no
Monster?
No, I know neither of those spells.
Oh, what are you doing?
And I'm going to cast it. I'm going to speak. Well, I'm going to send out a strand of transmutive magic you might recognize as I'm going to cast polymorph on her.
That's I never use it because I.
No.
All right.
All right. So wisdom saving throw on her part.
I want you to roll an Arcana check, please, as she is attempting to resist this spell.
Arcana?
Yes.
22.
You seem to notice that she is better at resisting magic
Magic resistance.
than you originally had thought. Hold on a second. Let's see what you're.
Well, I'm coming to the conclusion that whatever she is not human or humanoid, despite her appearance.
All right. Well, sorry, this is wisdom.
Polymorph is wisdom, yes.
You have any. All right. What are you turning her into?
Oh, it worked. Okay. I'm going to polymorph her into a snail.
Okay.
But a larger one. I don't know if there are larger snails.
Sure.
Okay.
How big is the snail? Well, they don't get that big, no.
I know. Just something that we can keep an eye on and isn't going to move quickly.
Apple snail.
Okay.
It's basically the size of a tangerine.
Good enough. We can keep an eye on her there.
All right.
All right. I'm going to return the component to my component pouch.
Yep.
I'm going to walk over to her. I'm going to pick her up.
Yep.
And before we go any further, I think we might want to take our break because we're almost at the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See you soon. All right, we'll be back in a moment to pick up here with whatever it is we're going to do with this lady now that she's a snail.